Here we go. We are all right. So we are looking at reharmonizing Amazing Grace. I wanted to do this. I wanted to actually do this Sunday, yesterday, but I didn't get a chance. I didn't get around to it. Had all types of stuff to do. Now I'm looking for the chat. As you guys might be able to tell, things look a little different, right? I lost all types of stuff. Like I had to redo and recompose all of this. So I figured I'd add some color. I gotta remember that it's up here. So I added some color with this, you know. So I have my new follower, Bono's Music, and then donation, right? So I just kind of keep it right there. Under, you don't see my goals and none of my goals. I don't really know why, but and you don't see my subscriber count, which, you know, I wanted to get that. So I'm not sure what's wrong. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know, I really don't know what's wrong, and now I'm trying to see my chat, and I don't know what how to add that, but eventually, you know, I'll add it. So let's go ahead and get to, let's see. It should just be easy. I click on chat box. And maybe I go to editor. I'm going to try to do it, you know, like, here, let's see. Yeah, so I mean, all of this is here. I'm just not sure what is wrong. Let's see if I go here and I type it in. Will something come up? So here I'm just typing in test, and we'll see if it pops up anytime soon. I do see it on so yeah, I'm really not sure what's wrong with the chat, but anyway, we'll just have to move on and get right into what we're doing. All right, so let's go ahead and do a pop-out chat, and we can close this out, and we can get right into the video. True. All right, so we have it here. All right, we're looking at Amazing Grace, right? So first thing you need to do is just have like the basic progression. Like that's gonna be the like the first thing. So let's pull up this document that we're gonna use. So we're gonna use this, which as you guys may have guessed, you can get this right in, I got a link for it, right? So let's go ahead, let's look at this. So we have Amazing Grace. This is the lead sheet, and I created this for this purpose, right? Because a lot of times when you're in church, you really don't want to just read 4 notes. You just want the melody and the changes, right? So no matter what, I don't know why this is so sensitive, but no matter what, you can just play the changes. So if somebody started singing, you know, So forth. But let's build that all of that and get some other ideas, right? So let's go ahead and get right into this. Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see, right? All right. So the melody is definitely important, but for right now, we're just looking at the chords, how we're going to build on these chords, what we're going to do, and so forth. Now, I wish I had the chat in here like I used to. Let's see if it's somewhere. No. All right. Well, I'll just have to figure it out another day, because the show must go on, right? We're at the video. Okay. So we are just look at the basic form. So right now this is in the key of C, so I'm going to be playing in the key of C. But the good thing about the numbers is that I can play it in any key if I know the numbers, right? So here we go. We're just taking it, just the chords. So we have bum, bum, ba, da, da, ba, da. Matter of fact, we're going to pick it up. So that's why we're playing everything in root position. I'm not playing any inversions, right? We're just going to play basic. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. And then I go to the 6, but actually we can go to the 1. Bum. Oh yeah, I go to 1. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, okay. Now let's just play what we have up here. I put like a little flavor in it, but not too much. So let's just play what we have. Bum, 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 bum. Right, so this is just let's go on. Let's move it and see what we got. After the G, now we are here. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so here we have just a basic. We can move that. The song is in 3/4. All right, so what can we do, right? We have it in 3/4. We have our basic 1-4-5. Now you can just play this whole thing just playing 3 chords. You can play all hymns just playing 1, 4, and 5. Right? Now let me see if I can put a test up here and see what happens. So see how long. Okay, so I see the test there. Oh, but I don't have it on this screen. So oh well, but at least we have it up here. So that's really all that matters, is I have access just in case if anybody has any comments or questions. Right now, oh Lord, everything should not have to be so sensitive, but that's the way it is. All right, okay, so what can we do, right? we first can simplify everything to just 1, 4, and 5. So that means when you guys see this A, I can just play a 1, right? And then here I can just play a 5, 5. So so that's our first idea, is that we can substitute any 1s for a 6, and we can play any 5s at a 2, right? But let's try some stuff here. Okay, so we can add the knife. That's one thing that we can do. So we can add 9s to all of our chords, right? And that'll give it, so let's play it without the knife. So that's here. And now when we play the 9, we're doing this. So 1, 2, 3. And you can even, so you can do that. Or you can just play it, right? But it definitely adds it if you just play it without, right? Or right, so here we can add 9s. So you can add 9s to your chords. Let's say if we add 11s. So what's the idea of 9s, 11s, and 13s and so forth? So we have 1, 2, 3. So let's hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, right? 8 here, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's the whole idea, is that we just, from 1 through 7, then we have 8. So here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, the third and the fifth, when you double up, the reason why we don't call these 12 and 14, right? Yeah. What would it be? 12. So we have 8, 10. We don't call this like a 10, adding a 10 or a 12, right? And here, we don't call that a 14, right? The reason why we don't call it that, because when you double it up, it just reinforces. So if you have this here, you just have the same thing, right? But when you add these other notes here, it gives it more color. So we look at those as color tones, therefore they get their own number as opposed to just calling them 2. Now you can still play it this close to each other and it still works. We still see it and still understand it as a ninth, right? Even though it is a 2, but we still understand it as a ninth because of the tone and the color that it adds to the chord, right? So that's that. Now let's look and see what we can do for this one. Now we can, so we added, we can add our 9s. We can also use inversions as well. So this is all basic stuff. So we can do 1, and then maybe, so here, so let's look at what are we're saying inversions. We have triads, because most of your hymns are going to be triads. Of course, you're going to have 7th chords in there, but the bulk of it is going to be triads. And even your approach, as you add different type of things to it, you're going to be doing triads. I don't know if I'm talking too much, but you never know where people are. So hopefully somebody can learn something. All right. So here we have this root position, first inversion, second inversion, right? And hymns are, triads and the different inversions, right? But for reharmonization, we're using it just as a way to sound different in that, or maybe we can add some spice, right? So we have the regular, right? So it's just leading us. So here with the bass line here, and then we go into a different inversion of C, and that gives us this F, right? You can even land on that A, right? And then still going here. Right, which here gives us that and you'll hear that. Like, that's another thing. Another thing to spice it up and to reharmonize is adding runs, adding walk-ups and walk-downs. That's real prevalent in gospel music and in your hymns, like walk-ups. So that gives us, so if we land on this A, so here, there we just did like a secondary dominant, which we'll get to that, but I at least want to like just cover like some basic stuff. So what I'm figuring, I really don't know how long I've been going on. I don't have a timer anywhere, do I? Maybe here. Let's see. No, I don't see a timer anywhere. So, all right, I don't see a timer, but it's okay, because we'll just work with this much, try to add some ideas, and then come back and use those same ideas. So that way, you guys, if you watch this video and you work certain ideas, and let's say you go on to the next half of the song and you apply those, then when I apply them, you're like, okay, yeah, I did that, or this is what I did. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take the first pickup. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll take the first, first 8 bars. I haven't really counted to see like the structure, but I'm sure it's gonna be like 4 bar, 4 bar, 4 bar. All right, so we have we can just play it just the way that the way that it's written up here. 1, ba da da. Right? So let's see, what do we have so far? We have the ninths, right? So we can do you can even do that where you're gracing, coming down, playing all of them, but then lifting your finger right off of the D, right? So you can do that. That's one thing that we covered. You can add the 9, which is just add the note right next to the root that you're playing, because we're playing everything in root position, right? And then, right, so we did that. We can add sus chords as well. Oh yeah, we did the inversion. So we did the, you can do or within these, remember we have these 3 notes, you can pick one. We can go with E. But we can take the first one. Right? Or you can go back to the C. So inversions, we can use different inversions. So in our left hand, we're playing one of these 3 notes. So we don't always have to play C. We can play the E, because we have any one of these 3 notes to play. Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, bum. Now that we opened up inversions, now we can use inversions with our chords as well. Okay, so we have that. We have inversions. Then let's cover sus chords, and we'll leave it at that for today. And next time we'll pick up, well, we'll do sus, and maybe we'll add a minor. We'll add a minor in there, which we already have, where that A, so you can substitute. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll call it a wrap for today. And then we'll come here again, check out just this little bit of chord progression, add a couple more techniques. We'll really add a bunch of techniques just to this, and this way it gives you guys a chance to add it on the other end and see what you get, right? So we're just using this top. So then we have the sus. So let's see, where can we put our sus chords? We can put the sus chord on the 5. So right there, right above me, there's a 5. We can add a sus chord there. Let's see. Let's just try to add sus chords to all. Just see how it sounds. It's going to be hard if the melody is on the 3, but that's what it takes. You know, you have to be able to play independent and outside of what your mind is telling you is right. You know, like you have to be able to play it and be like, okay, it's wrong because I played it and I feel like that just doesn't work. But we're going to figure out ways to make it work, right? And that's the trick. That's an advanced level is, okay, if this is wrong, how can you make it right? All right, so here we go. Let's suss it out, okay? So we need here. What we're sussing is this 3rd. So we just go up. Bum, bum. So that's the melody. Okay. Ooh, and then we can just, I like that actually, because it gives us a chance for suspension, which is the purpose of the suspension, is to stretch the harmony out and to stretch out that resolution. So we got, right, and it's already going, actually. It's already going, so let's see. And then we go, and then we change to a different inversion, right? Which it's all pulling. I like it because it's all pulling to this E. So you start with the sus, which, you know, it doesn't, right away is not going to sound, you know, like, yeah, man, this sounds really awesome. But let's see. 4, right? So that's the sus for the 1. Let's try the sus for the 4. So you can fall down on that. So you drop it. Or let's see if we do a glitch. I like just falling down on that. And let's see, I don't know if that's it. Did I write that? And then see, this is on the 3rd, so that's why you have to do it before. Right? That 6 we can just play a 1, which we can do an inversion. And this is going to a 5. Okay. The only thing I did, I just took, instead of playing here, which we have a 2, 5, 1 actually. We covered this in another video. We just stretched out a 2, 5, 1 progression. I played it straight, so wherever you see a 6, you can play a 1. If you see like a dominant 2, that could be a 5, because only thing that it's doing is just prolonging the harmony. You can even do a suspension throughout all of that as well. So I just wanted to kind of get this up. I don't really know how much time we've been going. Let's see. Man, nothing tells you. So I have to put all types of stuff on this. But just coming back here, we will pick this back up tomorrow. And that way, just kind of gives you guys a little bit to digest. And as you're going through it, you just get a little bit to digest. So what we covered so far is you have your basic triad. You can add a 9 to it, which is just the note right directly next to it. You can even flick it, right? So that means you come down and then you release on right on the 2. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do. Then we talked about inversions. So you have this, and then your bass line can be any one of these 3 notes. Right, so we covered here, add 9s, then we covered inversions. You can play any one. Right, you can play any one of these. And then we talked about adding sus chords on the 5. So but we just added it to everything, just try to see what we can do, right? Right, so that delay, that suspension, you're just dragging out the harmony. So we added sus chords, which, you know, I like that one falling down. And then here's the sus chord. So those are our devices. We have the sus, the 9, and inversion. So that's the main tricks and devices I want you guys to just work with for now. Finish out the rest of the song. If you don't have it, feel free to check out the Amazon, the lead sheet, hymnal lead sheet. That's the link is below in the description somewhere. You'll see the description. You can download the link and you can write in, because eventually, I'll write it in. But I just wanted to put up something real quick. We're gonna come back, but I want you guys to focus on this and add this to your playing until we're gonna be back tomorrow. But I want you to add this to your playing. So that's that. Let's go back up here. Got a splash of color, and we're good. So later Gators.